What's up, guys? Back here with another video here at round 4 of the 2021 GNCC series at Camp Coker, here in the 250B class. Bike fired up quick there, but definitely got outpulled by some of the guys in my class, so getting a lot of roost here early. You actually see he got hit here on my left side, it caused me to lose my balance, and now unfortunately pretty far back. There was a handful of guys that crashed in that first corner we didn't really see, so I'm ahead of a couple, but outside of maybe 3-4 guys, just about in last place. It's the first time here at the Camp Coker facility, probably the best venue, honestly, that I've ever been to for a dirt bike race. Just a beautiful place, but you can see just how sandy the soil is. So definitely threw me off there, not exactly what I'm used to riding in up north. A lot of fast trail through the first mile or so as they tie us back into the main part of the course. Walking some of the track beforehand, I was surprised to see how much the soil really changed from mile to mile here. Moving from sand already to this corner here, which was wet, muddy, and just that soil that sucked a lot of power from the bike. A lot more of that to come here throughout the race. I think there's some good videos, not only here, but a lot of the GNCC videos kind of highlighted some of the pretty tough wet sections that would catch a lot of the riders off guard. Bit of a bad line here. Was timid after running through that wet stuff to keep on the left side there, so went out far right and still had some guys in my class working their way through and passing. So here's the corner right here as we kind of wind back into the main part of the trail. So they took us right in. This is about 5 corners maybe from the finish, but they actually winded us right around the finish line for the first lap. Moved forward about a mile or so here, and really the first probably 4 miles of the race, including that little start section, was just faster and open stuff. I think it's almost funny to see here just how rough this course was, even in our first lap here. So I think that's something that the chest mount does well, is it really shows just how much I'm moving along with the bike through some of this stuff. I think these whoops were so big, again, even this early, that it was almost impossible to stay kind of on top of them and to get any flow. So all day I was just pounding through them, and it really took a toll by the second and third hours. Jumping forward here, another mile or so of just open stuff we skipped through, really coming to honestly one of the hardest parts of this course. You can see how wet some of this section was, so trying to pick my way through here. We'll see it already, again, 2 miles in, there's a lot of guys stuck. You can really hear how hard the bikes are working to get through this, so taking my time, trying to pick a good line, not get roosted too much. And again, at further laps, I think this just caused a lot of issues for a lot of folks. I think even your 3rd or 4th lap, I went down in there, got a little stuck, and was thankful to get a little help from some fans helping to get. Moving forward here into the first wood section after those couple miles of open stuff, and was hoping it'd be a little less rough in here, but unfortunately it was pretty bad as well. Again, great trail, just really rough even from lap 1 with such the sandy soil. So kind of see me here getting passed by a couple of the B classes here behind me, one of the leaders there in front of me in the blue. Really just trying to pick my way and recognizing that 3-hour race ahead of me, so trying to take my time and make some smart lines, see if I can latch on to any of these guys. As I mentioned earlier, it's amazing how this track really changed soils from mile to mile, and what we'll see is this few miles of woods was still mostly sand, so just real rough sand whoops that only got worse throughout the race. Really struggled in this stuff, and as you can see, really struggled in some of that open stuff. Was further back than I normally am, and really just kind of struggled to have the confidence to go much faster, knowing that I had a long race ahead of me. And through this first lap, I think something I was really struggling with, and this is a good example, was just really sticking on the main line that was most beaten in was really giving me issues. You can see a lot of the guys in front of me moving a bit quicker. We're a little bit more creative with their lines staying on what's smooth. So moving forward here, this is really kind of like the second type of wood section that there was, a little bit more of a pine section sort of feel. You can already see just how much smoother the terrain is, and really kind of some dark black soil there. So this guy in front of me, for example, kind of blew past me in the sand stuff. And right as you kind of switch to soils, feel a lot more comfortable and can start to reel him in, you know, as we'll see here. Moving forward again here, really now starting to kind of get into that like third wood section of the course. Probably about a 2.5 to 3 mile section. I heard a lot of mixed results on whether folks liked it or not, but definitely again more something up my alley that I'm more used to. So did something fun here. Made a lot of passes over this next like 2.5 miles or so from I think folks that have passed me through some of the sandy stuff and the classes before me. So threw up a little fun pass count here to follow along with how many folks I passed over the next few miles. So took a nice outside line to get around that first guy there. Just nice and clean, and trying to do my best to keep on the smooth lines. A big mud hole there. I had a KTM guy kind of routing us over to the side. It was funny. In later laps, realized it was pretty easy. Could just go right through the middle. Seemed like he may have been saving that for his guys coming through here soon, though. Coming up here quickly on another rider here, I think from the line in front of me. So I was trying to think of a good way around him, but he was nice enough to kind of pull aside and point me around. Here's some of the tightest section of the course. Again, more of a kind of pine section feel to it. A couple good, lines around some of these trees. Not the quickest one there on my end, but pretty fun to try to pick our way around, and picked up another pass there. But again, was just feeling great, kind of moving through here. I think the Senior B and Vet B classes started in front of me, and trying to make my way through some of those classes. You'll have to let me know what you think of the new chest mount view. Just a couple races here on it. I think it's still great, trying to figure out some kinks and some ways to make the angle a little bit better while I'm standing, but definitely let me know how you like it down in the comments. Slowly catching up to this guy here. Again, nice enough to kind of point me around when he heard me coming from behind, so another quick pass here in some of the tighter stuff. So working our way up here, already got another guy to chase down. Just about to cross the 5 mile marker. So a little bit of a shorter course today, 10 miles or so in total. Pretty short for a GNCC. Could definitely feel it. A lot of riders, short course, so a lot of folks that kind of keep passing and working their way around me as well. Pretty bad line there, trying to stay out of the rough stuff, but definitely slowed down the momentum. And again, looking up, already some more riders here to help chase down and really keep me moving. It almost felt like every time you looked up, there was just one more to pass and keep me motivated. Worked my way past him again. Another guy nice enough to kind of point me around, and already look up again. Another guy to chase down. I can see his neon Camelback up in front. I think if you watch the full video, you'll laugh. I've spent miles and miles and miles behind this guy throughout the race. So definitely check out the full video that's also on my channel. Each race been posting the full kind of raw uncut video for folks interested in that, and also kind of more of the highlights, shorter view for anyone just looking for more of a 10 to 15 minute commentary video here. So still kind of tagging on to this guy, and he's pulling me along. We're catching up to a group of riders ahead of us. Must have been a crash here, working around a couple guys. He was in my class there. Another guy who fell, I think, second turn, and beneficiary of him getting a little messed up from the guy in front of me as well. So 2 quick passes there. Coming up here, another group of riders. One down, so easy pass, and a nice little split line there. Here's another mud section. They ended up routing us way around toward the end of the race, but again, another 2 quick passes. Still following the lines of this guy ahead of me, who really pulled me along here for many miles in the first lap. So coming around the final few turns, right here into the finish line, finishing up lap 1. Again, pretty far back, as we kind of saw on that first lap. Bad start, a lot of guys got around me, and just really wasn't making up as many positions as I needed to within the class. So I think I was about 23rd or 24th out of 26 guys, so definitely toward the back of the class. Working my way here through the pits for the first time, so some of the auxiliary pits before we kind of head into the pro pits. But maybe more than normal, I just wanted to show a little bit of the open sections right around the pits and a lot of the parking areas, because again, like I mentioned, one of the best venues honestly we've been to, and you can see with the sky, we had a great day for racing, and this probably the feature of the race as we kind of wind around here. Specific to PM bikes only, they turned us through here, kind of looped around this pond, and actually sent us over a bridge, as you'll see in a second. Pretty fun little spot for spectators, and pretty fun to ride over this. I was pretty cautious, especially it started raining later in the race, to not be the guy that falls in the water. But yeah, ended up being a pretty fun little section of the race. So we'll kind of make a turn here. They almost really had 3 rows of pitting this time, but a little bit shorter than other races. So some of the pro rigs there on the left. And with this turn here, kind of winded us right back into the AM course and the course that we had already ridden when we bypassed the pits lap 1. So from smooth right into some choppy stuff there. So fast forward here, some of the pros passing. Later on in my second lap, there goes Stu Baylor, just picking his way and beating himself up through the rough stuff. And Josh Strang in close second, kind of winding his way through some of the lappers here that I'm trying to chase down. Those top 2 guys had a pretty good lead. That Yamaha gets a little squirrely, and there goes Ben Kelly, probably maybe 30, 45 seconds back already. And another 15 seconds or so here, we'll have Jordan Ashburn running in 4th, catching me up through this open section. And then Corey Buttrick here shortly had a great ride going early. There he goes, making me look slow, as all the pros do. Just so I can struggle in time over over some of these routes. Another few miles forward here, one of the pretty tough mud holes through the day. Could hear some of the pros coming, so there goes Johnny Girard, XC2 leader, and Lyndon Snodgrass, just on him all day, and kind of watching the Racer TV live stream afterwards. When I got home, they had an awesome battle, and as you can see, they're already ahead of Lane Michael, worked themselves way up in the overall. Have the XC3 guy going past. I love to hear those 125s singing and coming along. We'll cut here, forward here again. And Thorne Devlin, another 2-stroke, comes ripping by. A few more of the XC2 guys. coming here. Chase Colville, about to pass me here, leading in second with the reigning champ, giving me a nice 125 rev right on him in third. So fast forwarding here again, just last couple turns of lap 2. Made a little bit of progress that lap, but not much. Felt like I was riding at least a little bit better, getting used to the conditions. So believe it or not, I mean, if anyone's watched the race or TV or watched the race live, huge thunderstorm kind of came through here probably about 5 or 10 minutes after the GoPro ended, and really just changed the whole landscape of the race. I think cooled us all down, which was much needed. I was really feeling it at this point in the race. The heat was getting to me, but really just tore up some of those wood sections, made everything slick. So kind of turned the day from a hot, fast, sandy ride into pretty brutal, rutted, mud race toward the end. So showing the second time now here, coming around, again, just showing off how great this venue was in Camp Coker, and excited to go back next year. Working our way right through this bridge section was something to look forward to each lap. Giving Noah Clark a little shout out there. He was flying on his 125 and great finish. It's fun to follow him along, as he puts up his videos after each race as well. Well, this is coming up right here about where the GoPro ended, so just thanks everyone for watching. We'll be doing a lot more of these videos, over the coming weeks, so definitely, like and subscribe and, follow along for more. Appreciate it.